Do you know what your favorite Fox News stars are like when they're not on air and who they want to spend the rest of their lives with? Fox News has a lot of anchors and writers who have become famous very quickly because of the news they report. In front of a lot of people, they have a lot to say. Who do they go home to, though, and what are they like when the films stop? Let's find out who the life partners of Fox News stars are, from sad divorces and exciting relationships to secret elopements and long-lasting weddings. I'm Dana Perino. To begin, let us talk about Dana Marie Perino, well known for being President George W. Bush's White House press officer. She also writes and talks about politics. Now, Dana co-hosts The Five and America's Newsroom on Fox News. She has been married for a long time to British businessman Peter McMahon. But the first time they met, it was like a movie. They got along right away when they sat next to each other on a trip from Denver to Chicago in August 1997. Even though they were 18 years apart, she was 25 and he was 43. The relationship grew quickly. In 1998, a year later, they got married quickly and privately in England. Over the years, they've been married for more than 25 years. Since Dana always credits Peter with helping her rise in politics and the media, the couple chose not to have children and instead stay close by traveling together and helping each other out. When Dana's not on TV, people who know her say she's a voice of reason in a loud media world. In her public role, she is friendly and helpful, and she has written several best-selling books of advice. A lot of her fans will never forget the famous shoe-throwing incident in Baghdad, where a microphone hurt her eye by mistake. A TV reporter threw two shoes at President Bush. He avoided both, but a microphone stand hit her in the eye during the chaos. Over the years, Dana Perino's relationships have been like those in fairy tales. However, our next Fox News star is known for having a troubled and public marriage. Janet Pirro. Janet Pirro is a Fox News host who used to be a judge and district attorney in New York. She is best known for her traditional views and work as a lawyer and in the media. The two of them got married in 1975 after meeting in law school. After that, they had two kids together, Alexander and Christy. In 1998, Albert was found to have a kid with another woman, which caused problems. By 2000, he had been found guilty of several counts of tax theft and conspiracy. He had to serve 11 months of a 29-month sentence because of this. They stopped being together in 2007 and got a divorce in 2013. Janine is known for being aggressive and combative on air and for being very vocal about her conservative views. On shows like Justice with Judge Janine, and later, as co-host of The Five, she built a career in the media. People who know her well have said that she is tough and doesn't hold back. Janine has been in a number of controversies over the course of her work. She was briefly suspended in 2019 because she questioned whether Rep. Ilhan Omar's hijab meant that she followed Sharia law. Trump made her the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. in 2025, which was a big step forward in her career. Janine isn't the only Fox News personality who had to go through a tough split. The next TV star could be very smart, but her marriage had to end. Lisa Kennedy Montgomery. Lisa Kennedy Montgomery, whom most people just call Kennedy, used to be an MTV VJ but now talks about politics and is a media star. In the 1990s, she became famous as the host of Alternative Nation on MTV. Since then, she has become a smart analyst on Fox News and Fox Business. The wedding between Kennedy and Dave Lee, a former professional snowboarder, was small and private in 2000. They had two girls together, whose names were Lotus and Palela Valentina. But after being married for about 20 years, they had to get a divorce in 2017. Since then, they've only been together because they're both parents. Kennedy is famous because of how smart and funny she is, which has won her a lot of friends. She typically writes about freedom of the individual and doubts about government. She's a devoted mother and triathlete when she's not in the media. She manages a well-known job while also taking care of her family and working out. Kennedy has had some tough times in his career, though. During the 1994 MTV Video Music Awards, she made a sexual act look real while standing next to Mayor Giuliani. This became a famous moment. She later said she was sorry for the stunt. Kennedy has had a very interesting life. Now let's talk about the famous couple on Fox News, and Shan Hannity and Annesley Hayhart. A lot of people were shocked when they heard that Annesley Hayhart and Shan Hannity were dating. They are now Fox's power couple. She is a co-host on Fox and Friends and a well-known author for her strong Christian faith and conservative views. Sean Hannity has been a primetime anchor and radio show for Fox News for a long time and is one of the most well-known people on the network. They began dating in secret around 2019, but they didn't tell anyone until their wedding was official in December 2024. Sean asked her to marry him at their Florida church over the Christmas break. They became very close because they both believed in the same religion. Over the years, they've been in a long-distance relationship since Sean lives in Florida and Annesley lives in New York. They were both married before they started dating. Sean married Jill Rodas in 1993, and they got a divorce in 2019, even though they had broken up years before. They have two grown children together, named Patrick and Mary. A strange thing about Annesley is that she has been married twice. To begin, she was married to Kevin McKinney from 2005 to 2009. Then she married Will Proctor in 2012, but they split up in 2019 because of rumors that he had been cheating on her with one of her friends. They have a girl together named Hayden and have been co-parenting her. The same year that Annesley and Sean got separated, they both started dating again. They have also kept good ties with their ex-spouses and said that their kids are okay with them getting married. The next Fox News star, on the other hand, met her husband on a dating site, not on the show. Tim the Cat. Cat Tim, whose real name is Catherine Claire Tim, writes a libertarian blog, is a comedian, and is a well-known Fox News personality. She works on other Fox shows and is best known for being a judge on Goodfeld. Cat met Cameron Fra, an ex-Army Ranger who is now an investment banker, on the dating app Raya. She didn't think this meeting would lead to anything serious, but they hit it off and began dating. They became engaged in August 2020, and a year later, they had a small wedding. Lisa Kennedy Montgomery was the person in charge of their wedding. Kat said she wasn't sure about marriage and monogamy before she met Cameron, but after meeting him, she changed her mind. Kat is known for her fast wit, crude humor, and honest attitude on radio and in her writing. She often adds personal stories and funny jokes about herself when she talks. Fans were thrilled when Kat announced in July 2024 that she and Cameron were going to have their first child. This was an emotional moment because it was also the date of her mother's death 10 years earlier. She had a son on February 25th, 2025, but she told everyone that she had been told she had stage 0 breast cancer just 15 hours before giving birth. After a month of healing from giving birth, Kat had a double mastectomy. The woman has been honest about her journey, and to celebrate with her coworkers, she brought a cake that said titty-free and fabulous. A lot of Fox News stars get married to regular people, but our next reporter started dating a famous athlete named Tommy Lahren. A lot of people on Fox News know Tommy Lahren as a right media figure. JP Arnibia, a former Major League Baseball catcher, asked her to marry him in September 2021. They met earlier that year and hit it off right away. After 1 year, they got married in a small wedding in Nashville. In the past, JP was married to Kimberly Perry, a singer in the band Perry, from 2014 until 2018 when they split up. He seems to have made a new friend in Tommy and has moved on. Tony is direct, doesn't say sorry, and is very angry. Her famous Final Thoughts segment on The Blaze, where she spoke quickly but powerfully, filled with emotion, made her famous. People who know her say that her background in the middle class, Midwest, made her more grounded and easygoing. Tommy says her boss is Judge Jeanine Pirro. In the past few years, Tommy has been in some trouble. She was fired from The Blaze early in her career because she spoke out in favor of abortion rights, which upset her strict audience. She also said hurtful things like comparing Black Lives Matter to the KKK and saying Beyoncé's Super Bowl show was political. Many people are upset about this and have called her a crisis actress and a white power Barbie. Tom has a famous relationship with a famous person, but the next Fox News star is famous for going from being enemies to friends. Harrison Faulkner. Harris Faulkner is known for being smart, professional, and calm all the time. Tony Berlin and she met while working at different radio stations in Minneapolis. Their love story is very interesting. He was an investigator for CBS and she was an evening host for ABC. Their first meeting wasn't very good. Harris thought it was rude when Tony showed up to a party with another woman. Harris gave him another chance after being friends for 6 months. After more than a year, Tony asked her to marry him while they were skipping rocks behind Lake Superior. In April 2003, they got married. Since Harris is Christian and Tony is Jewish, they got along well with people of other faiths during their marriage. Traditions like praying together at every meal and having both church services and Passover are often mixed together. With each other, they have 2 daughters. Bella was born in 2006 and Danica in 2009. Their kids grow up in a global mixed-race home. Aside from her personal life, Harris also does well in her job. She has won 6 Emmys and is the host of the Faulkner Focus. She is also a co-host of Outnumbered and just started Town Hall America. This makes her one of the most recognized journalists on cable news. As for her husband, he's no longer a journalist. Instead, he runs his own public relations company called Berlin Media Relations. Harris's relationship with Tony was fun, but not as interesting as our next couple, a Fox News star who fell in love at first sight. Greg Goodfeld. Greg Goodfeld is one of the co-hosts of The Five and leads the popular satire talk show Goodfeld. He writes best-selling books for the New York Times, makes funny videos, and talks about politics. In 2004, he met Ella Musa, the love of his life. He was in Portugal for work as a photo editor at Maxim Russia and editing Maxim UK. Greg fell in love with her right away and thought, "Oh, that's my wife." He tried to win her love for 3 days. After 5 months, they got married in New York City in a legal wedding. They are very careful to keep their privacy, and they don't talk much about their relationship in public. They only talk about important events online, like when they got their French pug Gus. In the year 2022, their first child, a girl named Mira, was born in December 2024. They told everyone on The Five about a happy event. Greg is known for his biting humor and disrespectful political comedy. He's very honest, even when he's not on camera. He used to say that he was selfish, but he recently said that becoming a dad at age 60 has changed his goals. Greg isn't the only Fox News star who fell in love at first sight, though. Sarah Smith. Sandy Smith met John Connolly at Terra Nova Institutional in Chicago in May 2010. That's when they got married. Sandra had just begun working as a sales trader there. John was also a sales trader at the time, and he fell in love with her right away. He called it love at first sight. The Chicago Symphony and the Museum of Contemporary Art were their first places to go on a date. It was the start of a relationship that lasted a long time. John was there for Sandra when she moved to New York for her job at Fox News, often going to see her before moving in 2011. They have 2 kids. John Connolly Jr. was born in 2015, and Cora Bell was born in 2013. Because they care about their kids' privacy, they never post pictures of themselves on social media. Even though Sandra is famous, they try to give their kids a normal childhood. Sandra is known for how professional and straightforward she is when she reports for Fox News. Usually they do research for shows like Outnumbered and America Reports, but she's said to be focused and purposeful when she's not on camera. Sandra has had a lot of quick relationships, but our next Fox News star has been more focused on being a mom than on marriage. Hi, Laura Ingraham. It's interesting that Laura Ingraham has never been married. She was engaged to businessman James V. Reyes, but their plans to get married were canceled when she was diagnosed with breast cancer and had to have surgery. Several people, including Desh Duza, George Conway, Keith Oberman, Robert Torricelli, and Lawrence H. Summers, have been linked to her. But none of them ended in marriage. She didn't let the fact that she hasn't found the right person to spend her life with stop her from becoming a mother. She lovingly raised her 3 children by herself. In 2008, she adopted her daughter Maria Caroline from Guatemala. And in 2012, she brought her 2 boys, Michael Dmitry and Nikolai Peter, from Russia. It's no secret that she was adopted. She's even called it a huge blessing in her life. Ingraham is a well-known conservative TV host, author, and former political speechwriter. She is known for being disciplined, driven, and openly assertive. But her work has been linked to some problems. For example, in 2018, she made fun of David Hogg, a survivor of the Parkland killing, which got her in trouble. People also said bad things about her when she said that basketball star LeBron James should stop talking about politics and just play. Our next Fox News star has been through bad relationships, while Laura is more focused on being a mom than on marriage. Mr. Jesse Waters. He married Noelle Inguagiato for the first time in 2009. They met at Fox News in 2003. She worked in marketing, and he later became famous for his appearances on The O'Reilly Factor. They had 2 girls named Sophie and Ellie. After Noelle asked for a divorce in 2018, they were no longer married. This took place because Jesse admitted having an affair with Emma DeGavin, an associate director on his show who was a lot younger than him. In March 2019, just a few months after getting engaged to Emma, the woman he was seeing, the divorce was complete. In December 2019, they got married. They have 2 kids together named Jesse Jr. and Georgina. It was pretty much a Fox News love story. Jesse Waters is known for making controversial and angry comments. He first became famous for his Waters World on The O'Reilly Factor. He then became famous as a co-host on The 5 before starting Jesse Waters Primetime in 2022. But Jesse has gotten some bad press because of the things he has done. In 2016, many people said that his piece on Chinatown was racist. A lot of the things he said about manhood and gender roles, like his Rules for Men segment, are seen as out of date and sexist by many. Our next Fox News star has had a more stable relationship journey than Jesse, who had a lot of problems in his personal life. Katie Pavlich. Gabby Fredrickson and Katie Pavlich got married in a small wedding on July 5th, 2017. They met through friends they both had, and then they got married at a party where close coworkers, including a few Fox News stars, were also present. Gabi moved to Israel from Boca Raton, Florida, and became deeply committed to helping people after she moved there. He is now the global ambassador and head of international emergency management for United Hatzalah of Israel, a group that provides the highest level of emergency medical care. Katie is well known for her work as a journalist, radio host, and contributor to Fox News. She also works as a writer for townhall.com. A lot of people know her for her sharp mind, clear commentary, and daring energy. This is especially true since she spent a lot of time as a child hiking, rafting, and shooting in the mountains of Arizona. Her marriage to Gabby is based on shared beliefs and helping each other out. The 2 often go on trips together, and Katie said that their relationship is strong because he is safe and kind. The next person on Fox News has also been in a healthy relationship and just had her 3rd child. Kay McKinney. Sean Gilmartin used to be a pitcher in Major League Baseball, and Kay McKinney used to be the press secretary for the White House. They started dating in 2015 after she called out to him on social media. She was going to Harvard Law School at the time, and he was playing baseball for the New York Mets. During that summer, they grew closer, and in November 2017, they got married. In November 2019, they had a girl named Blake. In December 2022, they had a son named Nash. In June 2025, Kay had her 3rd child, a girl named Avery Grace. Kay is known for how well-groomed and confident she is in the media, especially when she was President Trump's press secretary. In her Fox News jobs, especially as co-host of Outnumbered and guest host on big shows like The Five, Hannity, and The Ingram Angle, she comes across as sure of herself and clear. Kay had a protective double mastectomy after finding out she had a BCA gene mutation that made her more likely to get breast cancer. She told others about her situation, which made more people aware of the condition. Finally, Martha McClung, a Fox News host who is known for her sweet love story. Daniel John Gregory and Martha McClung have been married since 1992. They got married at St. Elizabeth's Church in New Jersey as Roman Catholics. They met for the first time at the wedding of a friend in common, where Daniel asked Martha to dance. This led to dinner, and from there a romance that has lasted more than 30 years grew. Daniel and Martha have 3 kids. These people had a daughter named Elizabeth Bowes Gregory and 2 boys named Edward Reed Gregory and Harry McClung Gregory. Elizabeth went to Villanova to study political science, and Edward worked in business in New York after graduating from Notre Dame in 2021. The family's main home is in New Jersey, and they also have a vacation house in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. People know Martha for being calm, professional, and honest as a reporter. She has been on Fox News since 2004 and has been the host of popular shows like America's Newsroom, The Story with Martha McClung, and The Live Desk. She stands out because of how thoughtful she is on radio and how calm and collected she is. This was made clear when she firmly told off a guest who called her sweetheart, winning praise for her calmness under pressure. Hi, Brian Kilmeade. Our last couple has also been together for more than 30 years. The Fox News host married his high school sweetheart. Brad Kilmeade and Dawn Kilmeade have been married since 1993 and are very happy together. They met at Massapequa High School in New York and stayed close through college and the beginning of their jobs. They finally got married in front of close family and friends, and their first dance was to Huey Lewis and the News' The Power of Love. They have 3 kids, whose names are Brian, Caitlin, and Kirsten. They live in Massapequa, Long Island, where Dawn runs a clothes store with a friend called Wild Willow's Boutique. Even though Brian is famous, Dawn would rather be alone. She focuses on her family and keeps her kids from being around the media. Brian is best known for being a co-host on Fox and Friends and the host of The Brian Kilmeade Show and One Nation. However, he has done some things in public that were not so smart. In 2009, he caused a stir by saying that Americans keep dating other species, which sparked worries about racial mixing. He later said sorry for what he said. What surprised you the most about these Fox News stars' personal lives? Do you think the story they're in outside of TV changes how people see them on TV? Type your ideas in the box below. Don't forget to share, like, and follow for more stories that haven't been told before.